Hello, Taurus. So this is, we're going to see what's kind of going on with you guys right now. These are general. Take what works, and what doesn't work just doesn't work. But let's see what the cards have to say. Okay, so first up, Taurus, for what the basis of what this reading is about, you have the Eight of Cups reversed, the Star, the Queen of Cups, the Four of Swords reversed, and the Queen of Pentacles reversed. So I kind of feel like you guys are almost like revisiting something. I feel like I don't want to say it's almost like a friendship or something within your life that there's some kind of healing that needs to happen here. I really feel like you're kind of in this Queen of Cups energy, or you realized you wanted to revisit something or take a second look at something or work on something with somebody, and you realize the need that you need to like heal the situation in a sense, or even heal yourself. And I think you got into a place where you were very emotionally, I don't want to say stable about it, but emotionally secure, maybe a little bit more accepting of the situation as far as what it was, and not really wanting to maybe be messy with it. Like maybe you were like, okay, like I'm an adult, you know, I could be a little petty right now, but I'm going to take the high road right here. I'm not going to be petty about this. But I think that with the Four of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles reversed, it's almost like I think that you want to heal something and move forward, but it's almost like somebody else is not quite on with the game plan. You know, I almost feel like that they're still with their mess. They're not wanting to let something go, and they're a little bit like, I don't know. I just kind of get a feeling of a little bit, maybe like a little jealousy here, or there's like a little bit of they're just not really like happy, like they're not really taking care of what they need to take care of within their own self, or they're even in their own like home matters or something, like something with the, it's not, I think you're extending the olive branch, trying to help a situation. You want to fix it, you want to revisit it, but they're not almost doing what they need to do on their end, and they're not like letting it go to kind of like help this situation, just like kind of give it a rest. You know what I'm saying? And now some of you, this could be somebody within the home though. This could be somebody you're dealing with within your household or immediate circle. But I think with the Queen of Pentacles reversed here, I think it's a little bit more somebody that, I don't want to say you're dependent on or they depend on you, but somebody a little bit more closer than not closer to a certain degree. And that could even be in work or something. It could be a boss or something like that. But okay, so now we have the Four of Swords in your current energies. What's going on for you right now regarding this? You have the Four of Swords and you have the Three of Wands reversed. Now, I think you guys are trying to just give this a rest. You know, like you're like, oh my God, this is a disaster. I think you're trying to move past it. You're trying to give it a rest. But there's no rest for the wicked, guys. But I think you're just trying to like take a step back. You're trying to just like, okay, let the dust settle or whatever. But the Three of Wands, it's almost like you're getting, it's like a disappointment. It's like, I think you're waiting for something on the other end, but you're not really getting it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's kind of like maybe you extended an olive branch, or you're just ready to have something just put to rest or just work on something, but you're not really getting the outcome or what you expected with this situation coming back to you, however that means. You know, I think it's almost like a little bit of like a disappointing energy in a sense. And what's coming in for you with the Five of Pentacles reversed and Justice, I think some of you are, I think it's almost the situation is getting put to rest in a weird way, because the Five of Pentacles is in reverse is like you're not feeling left out anymore. You're not really feeling like you have nobody. You're a little bit more like re-entering into society. And what I feel with this, if there is somebody you were almost like on the outs with, it's almost like I wonder if in a way you're getting your justice, because I think you've been the bigger person regarding the situation. I feel like I had a reading for you recently where you were the bigger person as well. I feel like you're always the bigger person. But there was something where you were the bigger person here, and I think you're finally kind of getting your karma back or your justice, and I think it's almost like, I don't know necessarily if it's healing the situation, but I think it's getting to a place where it's not such a stalemate, or it feels like you're going at it alone, where there's like maybe a little bit more of communication, or just feeling that like it's not so cold, I should say. But your challenge regarding this, you have the Two of Swords and the Eight of Cups. Your challenge is really going to be making a decision and following a dream, or following what your heart is telling you to do. So I think your challenge is to either make a decision that, I don't want to say friends or be no friends, be friends or not to be friends, but it's about to make some kind of decision, but about what your heart really wants, So I think that's definitely going to be tricky, especially in this situation here. But what's recommended for you, you have Judgment in reverse and then the Five of Wands. I kind of feel like this is saying almost like don't pussyfoot around. I think Judgment in reverse is really asking you to really reflect deeply on this situation. Is this situation really helping you as a person? Is it making you happy? Does it make you feel that you're growing, emotionally, spiritually, however, as a person? Like, is it, I'm not saying useful as in you're using this person or this situation, but is it beneficial for you? Is it beneficial for your soul and your happiness? And I think the Five of Wands is kind of saying that, depending on that answer, don't be afraid to have some conflict. Don't be afraid to kind of, I don't say fight it out, but stand up for yourself. Because I really kind of get that energy here that if you need to make a decision and what's best in your heart is maybe not kind of putting up with some of this or switching something of this, deciding to move forward or leaving it be and just moving on with your life, you might have to do that. You might have to just take that action where it's like, you know what? Either we're going to fix this and we'll move past and we're going to heal from it, or it's just going to be this roundabout merry-go-round of the same crap. I feel like you kind of want to get off the merry-go-round. I feel like I already told you guys this maybe last time. I don't know. I'm really feeling that it's almost like recommended that like you stand your ground. If you kind of have to fight the good fight in a way, let them know. Don't be afraid to have to stir the pot, but I think it's not you stirring the pot to be like shady. I think you're just doing it because you want to give this a rest. Whatever this is, you want to move forward from it. I think it's been a little bit, I think the situation has been ongoing. I think you finally got to a place where you're like, you know what, I want to be the bigger person. Like, I don't want to have to argue or fight this out anymore. Let's put this to bed. But for whatever reason, it's, it's a process. But let's see what else we get for you guys. For these cards, we have 68 Wombat Spirit, be at home. So for some of you, this could be like a close friend group or something, or maybe your home is your sanctuary. It's where you're happiest. So even be at home, it could just be like take some time away, because you have this rest card here and everything. Take some time away and don't, just take some time to yourself is really what I'm getting, because I feel like it's going to help you kind of assess what's best for you and the way you want to move forward with this. And you have appetite, get out of your comfort zone. I definitely think here, getting out of your comfort zone is really going to be kind of you making this decision, whatever this decision is. Because sometimes even when we have like toxic friendships or relationships or whatever, sometimes that becomes our comfort zone. And to have to decide to leave that behind, or you're going to move forward with something, it could be tricky. So I definitely think there's some kind of, and even honestly, you might not be a person that's wanting to have a conflict. Even with this Five of Wands, this might not be really who you are. You might be the person that's kind of like, okay, I'm just going to pretend like nothing's wrong. I don't want to really confront anybody about anything. You might prefer to just be like, okay, well, maybe it'll get better. But I think then that could be indicating that making this decision, following what is really best for you, and kind of, maybe if you have to say something to somebody in, however way, like maybe you have to stand up for yourself. That's what I'm kind of getting there. Now you have Coffin. Endings bring new beginnings, growth, change, liberation, transition, and you also have paradise, happiness, expansion, joy, playfulness, oneness, enjoying each other. I kind of think that there may be some type of... I don't necessarily think that whoever this represents for you, like you're completely ending it, but sometimes if you set certain kind of boundaries, and if they're willing to understand those boundaries, that could actually help your friendship going forward or your relationship going forward. But sometimes endings do bring new beginnings. Sometimes you have to just leave something that wasn't working, or it's not working at this time. It doesn't mean that you can't revisit it maybe in the future. Maybe this person or whoever, whatever this is, has to kind of grow a little bit on their own. But I definitely think there's some transition that you are going through. And I definitely think you've been on this kind of like healing phase for a while, but I definitely think you're in a good place, because I feel like that Queen of Cups energies is you. So I think you're in a very good place. But and I think you're kind of finding happiness, you know, and maybe this will help you kind of reconnect or rekindle, because I do think you're going to be getting your justice. And I think there's a little bit, maybe if there was like a little bit of a standoff thing, you guys are going to kind of reconnect and you won't feel so alone. But this could be even you deciding that, you know what, this person is not worth it. This is wasting my time. I'm going to just find new friends or do something different. I'm going to not be so isolated or not be so, I don't want to say involved in this, but not let this bother me as much. Now you have let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. Now I really feel like, I kind of feel like this could be you deciding that you're going to kind of, I don't want to say like deal with other people, but there might be something that you have some other friends that could help you through this, or you just, maybe you could even just like try to make new friends or something. If this represents somebody in your life that's kind of like with this energy here, because I do feel like this is somebody close to you, but I just feel like, I don't know, I just feel like that there's some shadiness going on. There's some stubbornness. I feel like there's a lot of stubborn energy here, and you might just need to kind of like open up your friend pool a little bit if it has something like that to do with that. But this could also be saying maybe getting out of your comfort zone would be having the conversation with the person. Like maybe you need to have a little bit of a like a straightforward conversation if you haven't already, and maybe you could even phrase it in a way that like, I don't want to say you're asking this person to do something, but you could phrase it in a kind of a different way. See, here's the thing with the control, link your own constellations and take control. I just think that whatever's going on in this situation, I just think you need to kind of be the one. I think you are the one driving it to a certain degree, but I think you need to be the one making the decisions as well for it. But like even with the let friends help you, I wonder if whatever decision this is, there might be somebody that could kind of help you make that decision. Like I'm getting like if you need to kind of like move or something, maybe you have somebody that has a room for rent or something. I'm just kind of getting that. I don't know if that's going to resonate for anybody, but I just feel like there's some type of whatever this is over here. I don't think this is your only friend or your only person in your life. So there might be other people that are really willing to help you kind of get out of this situation if it's necessary, or even take time away from dealing with the situation. Because I think it's frustrating. I think it's kind of a little bit frustrating. Now you have be a Fruit Loop in a world full of Cheerios. And this is saying just, you got to march to the beat of your own drum here. And I think that's what you're kind of doing. And I feel like that's what's kind of part of the problem is I think you're trying to heal something and move forward with something because you know it's the best. And I think somebody else isn't fully on board with it quite yet. And for your little affirmation you have, today I'm powerful. Today my potential to succeed, let me read this again. Today my potential to succeed and conquer challenges is limitless. And that is beautiful. And for the spirit of the dish that shall be with you during this time, you have the spirit of the staple, which is the spirit of the grilled cheese sandwich. Okay, now for the dinner and a movie that will be with you, or not be with you, that it's recommended for you at this time. You have Chinese food and thriller movies. And For the energies you either need to tap into or be aware of, you have 2 Aquariuses. So I really think that you need to just be like kind of independent at this time, and just, they're like a little bit about eccentricity as well. They kind of do things a little bit their way, and I always see them as having a very good intuition. My mother's an Aquarius, and sometimes she can't explain why something's not going to work, but she knows something's not going to work before it even really gets anywhere. She just already knows something isn't going to work. And every time she says that, it's like the kiss of death, because I know something's not going to work. You know, even though it's not really gotten anywhere, as soon as she says that, I know there's going to be a problem. So you might have to just really trust your intuition right now, because I feel like if your intuition is telling you something with this is not working, or it's not fixable, or there's some kind of problems, I think you got to listen to that. And we also have Venus here, and this is kind of about love. It's about like being attractive and feeling abundant. So you might need to kind of feel abundant at this time, because I really feel like you probably have other people that are in your corner that really want to help you kind of through this, but you just have to kind of maybe reach out, maybe reach out to those people. Now, you also don't feel so alone. That's what I should say as well. You also have what the South Node, and this is what you need to release. So there's something here that you might need to release right now. And you have, for the special guest, they'll be answering your questions today. You have number 2, which is an even number. So that means Mr. Predicto will be out here shortly. Think of those questions. Oh, I was going to pick up the key. So now the key here is representing, I think you have the keys to this, or like you have the answer. I just think you need to kind of choose to put the key in the lock. You know what I'm saying? Like with the 2 of Wands here, or 2 of Swords here. I think you have the answer. You just need to kind of make that decision to kind of go forward with the answer that you, I think intuitively, And we have desire, and this is definitely, you need to kind of just go with what you know is best for yourself, because the 8 of Cups is all about kind of not feeling fulfilled. It's about moving forward. And I just really think that this, whatever decision you have to make, it has something to do with, I don't want to say more of an emotional level, but there might be something that you're a little bit, like, I think you desire to make amends or peace with whatever this is. You desire peace, I should say. But I think that with the Judgment reverse and then the 5 of Wands, I wonder if that might come a little bit through, I don't want to say conflict, but maybe really deeply reassessing something and choosing, I don't want to say going against the grain a little bit, but something that might not be the easiest route for you, however that might be. Okay, now it is time. Think of those questions and we shall ask. Oh, Mr. Predicto, the most accurate prediction device to ever run off of batteries. What is the answer to Taurus's question?
There is no doubt.
Okay, just in case you couldn't hear him, he said there is no doubt. Mr. Predicto is a man of many words, and those were the words he chose to speak here today. I hope you all have a wonderful day, week, month, year, lifetime, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.